Hey there, Trailblazers, I hope you guys are all doing well. So, just a few hours ago, the beta for version 3.3 just went live, and we have finally received the full kit information for both of the limited 3.3 characters, which are of course none other than HYACINE and CIPHER. So today in this video, we'll be going over both characters' full base kit, major traces, and signature LIGHTCONE. And along with this, we'll also discuss their overall playstyle and potential teams as well. But before we begin, do you want to pull for new upcoming characters, but you find in-game prices too expensive? Well, you're in luck. LDShop.gg provides you with a big 13% discount on every top-up compared to the in-game prices. LD Shop includes support for all the big mobile games like Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail, PUBG Mobile, and Mobile Legends. Let's try to buy an Express Pass from LD Shop for $4.59, which costs about $5 in-game for comparison. Just enter your server and UID and your purchase should be sent straight to your in-game account. After just waiting a couple of minutes, I received my Express Pass top-up. There is also a special sale going on for the 80/80 Shard Pack, which is selling for a 5% off discount for a limited time. Additionally, LD Shop also offers a VIP membership for anyone that spends over $80 in a month. VIP members gain access to 3 special perks: a free Express Supply Pass, exclusive weekly coupons, and exclusive monthly coupons, which allows you to save even more money on your in-game purchases. Also, don't forget to use my coupon code from the link in the description and pinned comment, as it gives you another 5% off on top of all of the other discounts. Putting the sponsor aside, let's get right into the new info without wasting any more of your time. Okay, let's first go over the full kit for HYACINE. Starting with some basic information. HYACINE is a wind element unit that follows the path of remembrance, and she plays the role of a healer or sustain in your party. Moving over to her actual kit. First is her basic attack, which is pretty simple, as it deals damage equal to 70% of HYACINE's max HP to one designated enemy. Next up is HYACINE's skill, which summons a memo sprite named Ika, and restores HP for all allies with the exception of Ika by an amount equal to 10% of HYACINE's max HP plus 205. And additionally, it also restores HP for Ika by an amount equal to 12.5% of HYACINE's max HP plus 256.2. Next is HYACINE's ultimate, which, similar to the skill, summons her memo sprite, and then restores HP for all allies with the exception of Ika by an amount equal to 12.5% of HYACINE's max HP plus 256, and it then also restores HP for Ika by an amount equal to 15% of HYACINE's max HP plus 307. HYACINE then enters the petrichoric clear skies state, which lasts for 3 turns, and the duration decreases by 1 at the start of HYACINE's every turn. When HYACINE is under this state, it increases the max HP for all allies by an amount equal to 37.5% plus 768. Moving over to HYACINE's talent, which states that the memo sprite Ika starts with HP equal to 50% of HYACINE's max HP, and when HYACINE or Ika provide healing, it increases Ika's damage dealt by 100%. This effect lasts for 2 turns and can be stacked up to 3 times. And the last of the base abilities is HYACINE's technique, which states that when the next battle starts, it restores all HP by an amount equal to 30% of HYACINE's HP plus 600 and increases max HP by 20%, lasting for 2 turns. Now that we're done with the basic abilities, let's now go over HYACINE's traces and memo sprite abilities. Starting with the traces. Trace 1 increases HYACINE and Ika's crit rate by 100%. And when providing healing to ally targets whose HP is equal to or lower than 50% of their max HP, it increases HYACINE's and Ika's outgoing healing by 25%. Trace 2 increases HYACINE's effect resistance by 50%, and when using a skill or ultimate, it dispels 1 debuff from all ally targets. And lastly, there is Trace 3, which states that when HYACINE's speed exceeds 200, it increases her and Ika's max HP by 20%. Then for every 1 excess speed, it increases HYACINE and Ika's outgoing healing by 1%. Up to maximum of 200 excess speed can be taken into account for this effect. Next are HYACINE's Memo Sprite abilities. First is the Memo Sprite skill, which deals wind damage to all enemies equal to 28% of the healing done by HYACINE and ICA in the current battle. And after using this skill, it clears 50% of the tally of healing. Next, there are the 3 Memo Sprite talents. The first talent states that when ICA's speed remains at 0, they will not appear on the action order. And if allied targets, with the exception of ICA, have their HP reduced, then at the start of any target's turn or after an action, ICA will then consume 4% of its own HP and restore HP equal to 2.8% of HYACINE's max HP plus 28 to the allied target with reduced HP. Additionally, while HYACINE is in the petrichoric clear skies state, ICA will be guaranteed to immediately take action after HYACINE uses an ability. And when ICA triggers the talent healing effect, it additionally restores HP for allied targets by an amount equal to 2.8% of HYACINE's max HP plus 28. And furthermore, whenever HYACINE uses any ability during her own turn, ICA then will be able to immediately take an action and attack, greatly increasing the Memo Sprite's damage frequency. Next is the second Memo Sprite talent, which states when the Memo Sprite is summoned, it regenerates 15 energy for HYACINE. And when first summoned, it additionally regenerates 30 energy. And lastly, there is the third and final talent, which simply states that when the Memo Sprite disappears, it advances HYACINE's action by 30%. Overall, HYACINE looks to have a pretty broken kit. You basically always want to run her with units that scale with HP, as pretty much all of her buffs are related to increasing max HP, which only HP scalers gain any benefit from. And on top of providing a ridiculous amount of healing to the entire team, HYACINE can also serve as a secondary damage dealer, as her Memo Sprite gains insane damage-related buffs through both her talent and first trace, allowing it to dish out a ridiculous amount of damage by itself. Now that we're done with her base kit, let's now go over HYACINE's signature LIGHTCONE. Equipping the LIGHTCONE first increases the wearer's speed by 18%. Furthermore, when the wearer uses basic attack, skill, or ultimate, it consumes all allies' HP equal to 1% of the current HP. And after the next attack of the wearer's Memo Sprite, enables it to additionally deal 1 instance of additional damage equal to 250% of the total consumed HP to the attacked target. The total HP consumed is then reset. Additionally, when the Memo Sprite uses a skill, it increases the damage received by enemies by 18%, lasting for 2 turns. Next up, let's now go over the full kit for CIPHER. Starting with some basic character info. CIPHER will be a quantum element unit that follows the path of nihility, and she'll serve the role as a sub or main DPS in your party. As for her actual kit, her basic attack is pretty self-explanatory, as it just deals quantum damage equal to 140% of CIPHER's attack to 1 designated enemy. Next is her skill, which states that there is a 120% base chance to weaken 1 designated enemy and adjacent targets, decreasing their damage dealt by 12.5% and increases CIPHER's attack by 37%, lasting for 2 turns. At the same time, it then deals quantum damage equal to 250% of CIPHER's attack to 1 enemy, and quantum damage equal to 125% of CIPHER's attack to its adjacent targets. Moving over to the ultimate, which deals quantum damage equal to 150% of CIPHER's attack to 1 designated enemy, and then deals true damage equal to 25% of the current value recorded by CIPHER's talent to 1 designated enemy. It then deals quantum damage equal to 50% of CIPHER's attack to 1 designated enemy and adjacent targets, and true damage equal to 75% of the current value recorded by the talent. This true damage is distributed to all skill targets. Moving over to the main meat of CIPHER's kit, which is her talent, which states that when there are no enemy targets with regular customer on the battlefield, CIPHER immediately causes 1 enemy target with the highest max HP on the battlefield to become the regular customer. When using skill or ultimate, the primary target becomes the regular customer. The regular customer state only takes effect on the latest target. After the regular customer is attacked by other ally targets, CIPHER immediately launches a follow-up attack against the regular customer, dealing quantum damage equal to 500% of CIPHER's attack. This follow-up attack can only trigger once, and the trigger count is reset after CIPHER uses her ultimate. CIPHER will then record 20% of the non-true damage all targets dealt to the regular customer, but overflow will not be recorded. The recorded value is cleared after using CIPHER's ultimate. And the last of CIPHER's base kit is her technique, which upon activation, CIPHER then obtains the Zagreus blessing for 15 seconds. During this time, CIPHER will be undetectable by enemy targets and increase her movement speed by 50%. Additionally, when approaching an enemy target in the overworld, simulated universe, and divergent universe, there is a chance to immediately obtain a random consumable. A max of 50 consumables can be obtained during a single Earth day. Additionally, when entering battle with the Zagreus blessing active, quantum damage equal to 150% of CIPHER's attack will be dealt to all enemies. It then increases the recorded value CIPHER obtains from this instance by 200%. Now that we're done with the base kit, let's now go over CIPHER's major traces. Starting with Trace 1, which states that when CIPHER's speed is greater than or equal to 140 or 170, it increases crit rate by 25% or 50% respectively, and the recorded value by 50% or 100% respectively. Then there is Trace 2, which states that CIPHER will record 5% of the non-true damage ally targets have dealt to the enemy targets aside from the regular customer. However, overflow damage is not recorded. And last but not least is Trace 3, which states that when CIPHER is on the field, all enemy targets' defense decreases by 30%. And at the start of each wave, CIPHER advances her action by 50%. Overall, CIPHER seems to have a pretty interesting kit. Her kit basically allows her to very frequently apply a debuff to the enemy target, which not only enables her to launch her powerful follow-up attack, but can also make her a pretty good unit to use in Acheron teams as well, as Acheron requires characters that frequently apply debuffs to the enemy to allow her to gain stacks for her ultimate. Now that we're done with CIPHER's base kit, let's now go over her signature LIGHTCONE. Her LIGHTCONE first increases the wearer's speed by 30%. Furthermore, after the wearer uses an attack, there is a 120% base chance to inflict the bamboozle state on every enemy target. Enemies inflicted with this state have their defense decreased by 18%, which lasts for 2 turns. Additionally, if the wearer's speed is higher than or equal to 170, there is a 120% base chance to inflict the theft state. Under the theft state, enemy targets have their defense decreased by 12%, which lasts for 2 turns. When bamboozle or theft is applied repeatedly, only the most recent application takes effect. So that's pretty much all of the information we have received regarding the full kits for both HYACINE and CIPHER. If you found the info in this video helpful, feel free to give it a like. And also don't forget to subscribe to my channel to stay up to date with all the latest HSR news and information. That's it for now, so I'll see you in the next video.